Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so the music will go down in about a minute. Okay, so one of the things that I specialize in this course in my work is helping men and women to finally understand each other. There is a battle, a war that's been going on that men have completely blindly misunderstood from the beginning of time. Now, I'm not blaming you because when you take the course, you'll understand you didn't have a chance. You really didn't. But with the discoveries that I made and the teachings that I've created to help you to not only understand, but how to do this one thing that women need from you, it'll shift everything. Clarity will come into your mind. It'll come into your relationship, into the communication, into romance, love, seduction, everything that has to do with women. There is a huge thing that's going on online right now. A lot of people are giving you the what. Here's what's going on. It does nothing for you. It's superfluous. What's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, it's surface level information that will never help you. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. That doesn't help you. It doesn't change anything. You have to know how to do it. There's this lady online. She's about 33, 34. She's really good. I like the way she speaks. She has a great voice and she makes a lot of good points, but never once does she say, here's how to do this. So there's a misunderstanding that's been going on between men and women since the ages of time. I'm going to start out this way and then I'm going to come back around. So one day I was in Hawaii and I was taking a 5-week NLP training, and next door was this apparently some world famous Japanese pop star. I'd never heard of her. The internet wasn't on back then, but she kept saying, no, I'm like really rich. Because I like, why are you living here? Like, she was just living in this really nice hotel. Now I was there for a 5-week training. She goes, well, I'm just trying to get away from things. She had servants. She had people serving her, people, drivers. She had everything. She apparently was on some level was rich. I never looked her up because there was no Google back then. So did you ever ask yourself, why is it that these musicians, stars, actresses and actors, singers, why are they pampered so much? And they are unbelievably pampered. And it's the same reasons why professional fighters get pampered too. And let me tell you something. I was a national champion in kickboxing. I fought in the IKF and ISKA. Let me tell you something. They pamper you. When you get a couple wins under your belt, all of a sudden they treat you special. Now, at one point, I was like, hey, I'm supposed to be this tough guy. Like, why are you guys like they baby you? Like, hey, don't go for a walk. Don't do this. Don't do that. They don't want you to stub your toe, and you're thinking like, I'm supposed to be this tough guy, and you're worried about me. Like, literally, I'm not kidding. They're like, well, hey, put your shoes on. I don't want you walking outside barefoot. You might step on a rock or cut yourself. And I'm thinking, I remember this when I was young. I was in my mid-20s. I'm like, why am I being treated this way? Your coaches make sure that you get a massage, that you get whatever you want, a hot bath, hot steam bath, whatever you want. They want you to be comfortable. Here's why. When you're comfortable, you open up to your periphery nervous system, which means you're relaxed. When you're relaxed, you can do a lot better singing and also in fighting. I was in choir for 13 years, and I can attest that when you're really, really relaxed, you have your breathing going really deep, you can sing really, really well. But if you get uptight, you kind of sing on your voice, and it sounds like shit. Same thing in fighting. My coach was Jacob Stitch Duran. I think I've posted his image on here more than a few times. And he's a world famous cut man. He's been in 5 Rocky movies, Rocky Balboa, all that. He was the last 4 or 5 movies he's been in. He was in one movie with Woody Harrelson. It was White Men Can't Jump. So I remember my coach is like, hey, just ever since I was a kid, even in boxing, they're like, hey, stay loose, shake it off, shake your legs out, shake your arm, like stay loose, take, breathe deep. And I'm like why? Because when you're loose, you perform better. Now, there is something that women do. It's kind of an oxymoronic way of going about it, but it does make sense when you understand it. You're like, yeah, that actually makes sense. Now, hold on. Okay, I wrote this down on someone who made a video on this because I realized like she doesn't know how to teach this to men. So it was essentially like, why do women send mixed signals? Okay, It says, for one reason, control. Now, another reason is they're testing you to see if you're stable. Now, here's why. I don't know if anyone's told you this, but women test you when they first meet you, the first couple dates, even beyond that. Before they, and here it is right here, before they surrender to you emotionally. Because now here's the deal. Here's what most men don't understand, because you're stuck in your logical brain. She cannot surrender when you're in your logical brain. This is why it's so important to learn how to open up to your right brain. She wants to surrender to you. She does not want to be in her left brain. She does not want to lead the relationship. But she has to if you don't. And she has to make sure that if she doesn't have her everything tampered down, total control, that when she surrenders to you, which means not being a control freak, which most men hate. Oh man, she's just the B word and all this bad stuff. And you get pissed off at her and she's like, well, until you open up, I can't open up. I don't have a choice. It is hardwired into women to make sure that you're stable. Here, okay, I'm going to tell you what it is first. She is looking to see if you're a stable person, if you're stable emotionally. Most men don't get this at all. It's just like, what do you mean? Well, because you're stuck in your logical brain. You can't be stable from your logic. It's impossible. That means you're literally not not emotionally grounded. Now right there, oh, there's that emotional ground. You see, I know this is a foreign language to the logical brain, but to the right brain, when we teach you how to open up to it, you'll be like, oh, that actually, it will completely make sense to you. So I'm going to read this off and then I'll explain it. So I wrote down, what's funny? The number one thing women are looking for in a man is stability. Yet, the number one thing women do to test your stability is by being unstable. And I said, God, life is bizarre. Well, I actually know that it's not bizarre because she's trying to make sure, like, hey, here's what it is right here. This is it. Women know by the time they're 15, 16 years old, they have this thing called their period every month. They understand my hormones, the chemicals in my brain, my neurology, and my emotional system are going to go haywire. They're going to be released, and all of a sudden, I'm going to be this emotionally overly sensitive thing. Like, cute things are ultra cute. Flavors taste ultra flavorful. Emotions are overly emotional. Anger becomes extreme anger. Happiness becomes extreme happy. Love becomes extreme love, where they cry all the time. They understand, look, I'm going to be this emotional wreck for about 5 to 7 days. Can you handle it? Meaning, can you stay emotionally grounded while she's going through her hurricane, her emotional hurricane? That is what a woman is looking for. The problem is 90+% of men on the planet, number one, like emotional grounding, what is that? Number one, you don't know what that is. Number two, you have no idea that there is a how to do it. In my course for men, Crack the Female Code, we will go over different techniques multiple times a day, every day, and we will practice these while we're going through the training, while we're going through the course. And I'm teaching you techniques and understandings and communication, etc., etc. By the time you finish the 5 to 6 day training, you will be emotionally grounded. And then on top of that, you will understand how to do it on your own. In fact, the number one goal is to get you to the point where you can do it without me helping you. Talk about attracting women. I am telling you, the number one thing I do is I ground myself. I'm really good at it, and I'm really good at teaching this to men. This is my number one specialty. One thing you guys don't understand is when a woman goes through that hormonal shift, her whole personality changes, and she doesn't know up from down, left from right. She doesn't know who she is. She's like, what the fuck's going on here? See, what you have to here's what is really hard for men to understand. Your chemistry does not shift the way hers does. It's a complete wacko-jacko. It's like someone injected her with hormones. Someone shot 5 different shots, big-ass shots into her system, and she's just like, whoa, like she's like all over the place. That's something that men don't understand because you don't go through it. So you're like, well, what's her problem? Yeah, she needs you right now, man. She needs you to be the rock of Gibraltar. You need to be this big, massive 20-ton powerful rock, this 20-pound rock of Gibraltar to where she can hold on to you while she's going through her emotional hurricanes. So you're just this hurricane's come through and you're unbudgeable. You're just here, man. The hurricane cannot move you, not even a millimeter. It can't even make you tip or tilt because you're a rock. You're solid. You're freaking massively grounded. That's what she's looking for. She understands I'm going to go through these hurricanes. So how does he handle when I'm emotional? How does he handle instability? Is he going to suddenly get all unstabilized and instability himself? Sorry, poor English. Is he going to get unstable and be blown all over the place like I am and we're just both blowing in the fucking wind? Or is he going to be the solid rock? That's what she's testing you for. If you stay calm, if you stay grounded, you're going to win. This is the number one thing women are looking for in men. Period. End of sentence. The end. Period. Here's the deal. When you are emotionally grounded, emotionally stable, women will walk over you. I'm telling you, it happens to me Okay, I'm going to tell you, hey Mike, how do you pick up on women? What's your opener? What's your pickup line? I don't have an opener. I don't have a pickup line. You think I'm joking? I'm not. I have none. I have zero. The only thing I do is I ground myself when I'm out in public. That's it. Wherever I go, I ground myself. I do some deep breathing techniques. I do some internal awareness techniques, which I teach you in the course, Crack the Female Code. And I ground myself. Once I'm grounded, I just read a book or mind my own business, and it draws them to you because men are not grounded. I'll tell you right now, I have yet to meet a man other than in Hawaii. I can't remember the last time I've seen a man that was emotionally grounded. They're just not, because those are just two words, emotionally grounded. See, that's like, a lot of guys will go, okay, yeah, I heard it's emotionally grounded. Okay, I'm emotionally grounded. You're not emotionally grounded just because you say it, just because you think it. That's like me saying, yeah, my car is really fast. I don't know how to build engines. I don't know how to rebuild engines. I don't know how to change spark plugs. But because I say my car's fast, it must be, right? No, it's the guy that knows how to build an engine up to make it fast is the guy that actually has, keyword has, the car that goes fast. This is the how-to. Okay, let me give you a little bit of the how. One way to really get good at understanding. See, this is the thing. You're like, what do you mean understanding? Like, most men, you could say emotional grounding till you're blue in the face and they're just looking at you like, okay, whatever, dude. And yet, it's the most important thing to a woman. This is the number one thing women want. Women come over and women touch me all the time. I mean, I'm not kidding. Even in grocery lines, they'll accidentally kind of fall over to touch. There's a magnetic connection that it grounds them. When you're grounded, it grounds them. And that's what she's looking for. How many times have you heard a woman say, I don't like it when men are up in their head, or I don't like being stuck in my head, or oh, that guy, he's stuck in his head. That's when you're in your logical brain. That's when you're in your forehead. They don't like that. They want to be internal, down inside their body. If you're stuck up in your head, that's where they go. They want you to be down inside your body. So then she can go down inside. If you can get a woman to follow you inside, she will make love to you. If you can't, she won't. She'll jerk you around, she'll play games, she'll test you, and she won't have sex with you. Here's the thing, if you feel completely lost with women, guess what all guys do? Because all guys are not emotionally grounded. Because, yeah, you'll get the guy that she'll date him because he's got the car, he's got the money, but then all of a sudden she's yelling, screaming, bitching, moaning, and he's like, God, she's such a headache, and she's having sex with other dudes. Is that really what you're looking for? Go ahead, get rich. Have fun with that, man. I say get rich and learn how to ground yourself, because here's the deal. Without having to command authority, you command authority. It's the most natural way to be in command and to be authority, because you're not trying to be in command. You're not trying to be the authority. You just are. You just become this. Now you're like, oh, there's that vague and abstract thing. When you feel it, when you do it, when you experience it in public, you'll be like, oh, I see what he's saying. Like, yeah, you don't have to be an asshole. All of a sudden, people want to help you. People want to give to you, including women. When you're in your logical forehead energy, that's when you have to push people. You have to force them to listen to you. You have to make them submit to you. And no one likes that. No one. That people will eventually leave you, or they will get revenge. But when you do it from being internal, people come to you willingly, wantingly, that's a leader. So one of the best ways to learn what this feels like is go get a deep tissue massage. Get 1 or 2 every week for 5 weeks. I would say get at least 1 deep tissue massage for 10 weeks. All of a sudden, you're going to start connecting to your body, and you're like, oh, it's when your emotions, your awareness is inside your body. So when someone's pushing on your feet, rubbing and massaging deep tissue, your calves, your hamstring, it kind of hurts, but at the same time, it's a release. It brings your awareness inside. See, the male energy, the left logical brain, is the external energy, meaning your energy goes outside to her, which means he's not a good candidate because he can't listen to his own intuition. Most men, I don't believe in intuition. No, it's not that you don't believe it, it's that you don't have it because you're not connecting to it. You can come and learn how. Again, the number one thing women are testing you for is if you are connected to your own intuition, which means you can sense things with your body. Your body tells you, yeah, this isn't a good idea. I've got a bad feeling. I need to kind of take another look into this before I sign on the dotted line. I need to kind of check this out first. She's testing you to see if you go inside into your intuition and check with your gut feelings. If you don't, you're going to fail. But Mike, I thought if I got rich, I would make it. No. The only difference is you're going to be some guy with a lot of money who gets treated like shit, just like the rest of us. There's no difference. Jeff Bezos, the second richest man in the world, at the time he was the number 1 richest man in the world, his wife divorced him and took billions. Elon Musk has been divorced, I think it was twice now. I mean, a lot of rich people have been divorced and women just took the money. And they would tell you, God, it was such a nightmare, we didn't get along. It's because you're not emotionally grounded. Now let's go talk about the surrendering thing again. I think this is important to understand what a woman really wants. She wants you to be the leader. But if you're stuck in your logic, that's the follower brain. The left brain is about following. It's about rules, structure, and organization, and following them. Well, what's the rules? What's the structure? What are we supposed to do? And that's what those men will do. Like, well, what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to make up your own mind. You're supposed to think for yourself. What a woman wants is to be able to surrender from her logical brain and open up to her emotional brain. And here's the funny thing. That's the whole reason why you married her. That's the whole reason why you're in a relationship or dating her, because you want to feel that softness. You want to feel that sensuality. You want to feel love. Love is from the right brain. The right brain connects with your chest and heart area, your solar plexus, and your belly. The left brain connects to the forehead and it goes out. It's disconnected, and you don't like this. The whole reason why you like to have sex is because it reconnects you with your body, just like massage does. Now, the reason why they treat singers and artists and fighters pretty, with soft gloves, so to speak, is because then they can relax. See, here's the deal. When you open up your right brain, you lower the barrier from the logical left brain, and now you're open emotionally, and now you can feel things more. See, the right brain is connected to your feelings. It is the emotional 5 senses processor. It's connected to see, hear, feel, smell, and taste, meaning the further you go into the right brain, the more heightened your connection is to your 5 senses and your emotions and feelings. In order for her to go there, she has to know that, hey, if something happens, you're going to stay emotionally grounded, because when it's like she's wide open and vulnerable. When she's wide open and vulnerable, she can get hurt even more. Now, if she keeps getting hurt emotionally because you get mad, you get upset, you misunderstood, and you're getting pissed while she's open, it's like you're stabbing her and she has her shield down. And now her heart is wide open for attack. And this is what it means when she says, I don't trust you. She doesn't mean that you're a liar or cheater or anything like that. She means, I'm afraid that if I open up, if I surrender to you emotionally, I'm afraid that you're going to go off the hat, you're going to blow up at some little misunderstanding and yell and scream at me while I'm vulnerable. So she needs to know, are you an emotionally grounded guy? Are you an emotionally stable person? So when I finally surrender to you emotionally, you're not going to stab me in the heart. You're not going to flip out because some guy flipped you off, or we went to dinner and someone, looked at my ass, because I want to be open emotionally when I'm with you. If you're going to flip out at every little freaking thing and yell and scream, it's going to hurt me. It's going to scare me. It's going to shatter me. So the singer is called, her name is Fauzia, Faouzia. She's from the same country that singer that sang with Sting back in the 80s, or maybe it was early 90s. I can't remember the name, but it's one of the countries in the Middle East. He has a really cool voice. She has a really very similar voice to him. And the name of this song is Porcelain. She talks about, when I let you in my porcelain skin, I'm sensitive, and et cetera, et cetera. She's very sensitive when she opens up to let you in emotionally. And this is what women want. They want you to connect with her emotionally. But she can't if you're in that laser beam mode and you're going to laser beam her while her shields are down. See, when her shields are up, she can deal with your shit. She can totally deal with it. Now, she's not going to like it, because that's not why she got into a damn relationship. The whole purpose for a woman to get into a relationship is so she can be a woman, so she can be feminine. But if you're that guy that's Mr. Logical all the time, you're not emotionally grounded, and you're flipping out and yelling and screaming at the littlest fucking thing, she has to close up emotionally. And then you're all pissed off because you're not feeling the warmth and the love and the softness. So one step to learn how to ground yourself emotionally is go get some deep tissue massages on a regular basis. The first time you do it, you won't even notice it. It's kind of like, okay, I remember the first time I smoked pot. I was like, man, I don't feel high at all. And they're like, yeah, the first time you get high, you're high as fuck, but you don't notice it because you're not used to the contrast. You're not used to the shift, so you don't think you're high when you're high as fuck. And I was high. I remember the second time, I was like, man, it was about a week later. I'm like, yeah, I don't feel anything. And then I'm laughing and laughing. They're like, yeah, you're not high. You're just laughing. And I was like, oh my God, I was laughing my ass off, man. My point, no, I don't smoke pot. That was way back in high school. I haven't touched it since. My point is this. It's going to take you a while to learn how to ground yourself and what it means to feel that. And when you feel that, you're going to be like, oh yeah, this feels a lot better. And then you begin to realize, like, oh yeah, this feels a lot better to be around when I'm like this. Like, I can understand why someone would feel much more comfortable emotionally being around me when I'm like this. So learn how to do that. And then there's some breathing techniques I'll teach you. And then there's some what I call internal awareness techniques and emotional grounding techniques. If you want to get coaching on that alone, how to become emotionally grounded, internally grounded, and learn these techniques, I would be more than willing to do one-on-one coaching on that first. Because if you can ground yourself emotionally first before taking the course, you're going to be a lot better off. One thing you're going to find when you take my course, Crack the Female Code, your whole life changes. You're going to become a very, very happy person, because happiness is learning how to open up to the right brain. Now listen to what Abenif has to say here after he completed the course. Here's something you'll notice about all the interviews I do with my clients. They're very, very relaxed. They're extremely mellow. When they first came in, they were uptight. They were talking fast. They were stressed. They were worried. They were nervous. You'll notice when you listen to my interviews, all of my clients learn how to mellow out. And notice how it always makes their life a lot better.
I want to say maybe 10, 11 years old.
Yeah, so his whole life he was disconnected. Not a good feeling, huh?
No, it wasn't, man.
I know what I wanted to say. It's about how a lot of guys come to me and they think, well, it's about learning a technique, an opener, a line, and it's doing something to her. When you started to connect with yourself, it shifted, didn't it?
Yeah, but I used to have this thing where when you're like a Mr. Invisible Man and people don't pay a lot of attention to you, you want to get their attention even more. And so I used to try to get girls' attention even more, see if they're looking at me and this and that. But the more I worked with Mike and the more I was able to, connect with myself inside and become internal, it didn't really matter all that much if they were looking at me or not. Mm-hmm. It's like, if I feel good, then I feel good. And I think I said this in the last video. You're getting a girl because you want to feel good anyway, so why not just feel good?
Yeah, and I think that'll be a good way to wrap it up. So a lot of guys think, if I get the girl, then I'll feel good. It's the other way around. When you feel good, it's not even that. Did you talk about the whole thing about being okay with yourself
Yeah.
in this video?
Yeah. In the last one I did.
When you're okay with not being perfect, when you're okay with not being whatever, not being perfect, not feeling bad, having a bad day, when you're okay with that, suddenly women start to notice you. Suddenly women start to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Benham's getting tired. It's freaking late here. Got to get off. So, anything else you want to say?
If getting girls is good, but getting happy is even better. It's more than happiness, though. I'd say it's fulfillment. It's if you feel like you're missing something in your life and you wake up every day looking for it, he's got it.
Yeah.
So in all sincerity, guys, this course is going to change your life. You're going to be blown away at how easy it is for women to be drawn to you, where women come up to you and they start the conversation. They start to ask you questions. It turns the tables. And it literally puts the power into your hands. All of a sudden, you get to choose. All of a sudden, you have options. All of a sudden, you get to pick which woman out of the 5 women that approached you today at the coffee shop you want to go out with. Well, maybe I want to go out with 2 of them, so you get 2 numbers. Here's the really cool thing about all of this. This is the way that women want to interact with men. This is a very comfortable, natural, easygoing way. It's just comfortable to talk to women from this place and in this way. There's a couple pieces to my course. You learn them each individually, you put them together, and all of a sudden, boom, you got it. I highly recommend you buy my book, Cracked Female Code. Read that book. That book alone right there, that'll change your life. That will not only change your dating relationship life, it'll change your personal life. Happiness and love are just around the corner, and your power. Hey guys, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this video, click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment. And as always, you can make a donation by buying one of my dating and relationship books. For men, I highly recommend, at the very minimum, you buy my book, Crack the Female Code. The other book, or the package, is what I highly recommend because it has all the pieces in there. It also has my internal awareness book, Get the Girl, Keep the Girl, Sex Signals, Body Language, etc. That's the ultimate package. Alright guys, go to MikeKollin.com, MikeKollin.com, and I'll see you in the next video or in a one-on-one training.